What if Naruto was Ain's old grown, part 1? As we see Ain's old grown, then a being of pure light and holiness that was infinite. Normally, holy light doesn't work on Ain's, but this holy light, but this holy light was infinite. Then Ain's old grown Gon said, "Who are you?" The being said, "I am the mythical cosmos. I was the one who created your world and this world. I was the one who transferred your consciousness to this world through the VR headset." Ayn said, "So you know who I am and my past life, so why are you here?" Deep down, Ainz knew that this being was more powerful than him. This being says, "I am here to send you to another world for a second time. You might recognize this world from your past life. It's your favorite anime and manga." Wait, could he be talking about Naruto? Ainz said in his thoughts. The mythical cosmos then said, "Ainz, don't get too excited because you're not going into the canon version of Naruto. You're going into an alternate version of Naruto. Ainz, you will have all of your powers and memories, but you will have to awaken your powers, but you will have your memories. Before Ainz can say, how am I supposed to react to this revelation? His consciousness is transported into a baby Naruto Uzumaki. The Nine Tails attack. There was a great calamity in the Hidden Leaf Village, as there was a mighty beast flipping his 9 tails, destroying the Hidden Leaf Village. But there was one man. He was gonna be the decider of the fate of the Hidden Leaf Village through his actions, whether the Hidden Leaf Village would be safe or would be destroyed by this great beast. As the Nine Tails roared, as the Nine Tails sent a Biju Tama, as Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, the Yondaime, used his flying Raijin to teleport the Biju bomb outside of the Hidden Leaf Village and into the forest. Then Minato uses a different steel instead of the Reaper Death Seal. As he uses, Hiruzen was about to sacrifice himself, but Minato says he got a different seal to seal the Nine-Tailed Fox. As Minato uses a different seal, as he sealed the Nine-Tailed Fox inside of his 3 children, baby Naruto, Menma, and Mito. Meanwhile, with Ainz was wondering, how will his subordinates take the information that he's been summoned to another world? I wonder, will they go crazy without me? Or will they try to come into this world? But when the time is right, I will make a portal to that world and bring them here. As I wonder if that being told them that I was transferred here. Meanwhile, with the mythical cosmos, he was basically explaining to Ain's subordinates how he transported them into another world, as Albedo was pissed as she tried attacking him, but nothing worked. Then one time she tried to attack him again, then he disappeared and said, "You'll meet Ainz again, don't worry. Now stop overreacting." As meanwhile with Minato called Jiraiya and Tsunade, because Kushina was on the verge of death because she just lost the Nine Tails. So Tsunade used her 100 healings to heal Kushina. As she used her 100 healings to heal Kushina, as Kushina was in the hospital. Tsunade took her there. Then a few hours later, as it was morning, Jiraiya came busting through Minato's Hokage outfit. Because Minato was holding the children while he was doing his Hokage work. Wait, no. We're not gonna say that. Kushida had the children. Okay. Jiraiya came busting through Minato's window. Jiraiya says, Minato, I have something urgent to tell you. Then Minato said, what is it? Then Jiraiya said, I have a great premonition from the great Toad Sage that there will be a child that is the Demon Lord, born from another world itself, another realm, another dimension, and he will have the power to stop the great catastrophe that will come, the great catastrophe that will end the world itself, have the power to end the world, and he will judge whether this world is worth saving from the great catastrophe or worth destroying. He will decide if he will be the light of this world or he will be the darkness of this world, fall under darkness itself. As Jiraiya then said, I think it's Menma and Mito because they have the Nine Tails inside of them, and the Nine Tails is the strongest Biju of them all, and the Bijus are considered demons, so yeah, the Nine Tails may be the Demon King, because king of all Bijus. As Minato says, how are you so sure about this? How are you sure that's not our son Naruto? Then Jiraiya just said Nine Tails. Then for some reason Minato believed him. Then Minato said, wouldn't all the hatred go to Menma and Mito since they carry the Kyuubi no Kitsune? Wouldn't all the hatred go to them then? And since they're the child of prophecy, they will decide whether the world is worth saving or worth destruction. It's not automatic for them to just save the world. They have to choose. So what if that pushes them into the dark path of hatred itself? As Jiraiya then said, Minato, we must make a grave sacrifice. Minato said, what do you mean by that? As he had chills hearing this statement. We must use Naruto as an scapegoat. Because, hear me out, Minato. Because we must use him as an scapegoat because Menma and Mito won't get tortured and tormented by the villagers, calling them demons and all that. Because if they get tormented, they might fall under darkness and might help the great catastrophe destroy the world, or even destroy the world with it. Or even destroy the catastrophe and destroy the world. It's one person. It's either one person or the whole world. As Minato was thinking, Jiraiya was right. It's either one person or the entire world. And he put his son aside and supposedly put the world above his son, which that is logical thinking, but they were all wrong because Menma and Mito weren't the child of prophecy, but they don't know that. As Kushida and Tsunade finally got out the hospital, busting through the Hokage's office. As Kushida made a full recovery as she was holding her 3 children. As Minato basically explained to them what Jiraiya told them, and Kushida was happy that her children will be the child of prophecy, the savior of the world. As 1 hour later, and Minato explained to Kushida that they should use Naruto as an scapegoat. It's either one person or the whole world. Because if Menma and Mito get tormented by the villagers, they will fall under darkness and destroy the world, since the premonition says that the child of prophecy has that very power to destroy the earth itself. As 1 hour later, as Minato basically announced that Menma and Mito are the heroes of the village, of the Hidden Leaf Village because they are sealing the Kyuubi's power as they possess the chakra, while Naruto possesses the soul. Even though this ain't true, Naruto didn't even get a drop of Kyuubi's blood inside of him. As when the villagers heard all of that, time skip 3 years later. Ever since that day, they started beating Naruto as they would pitchfork him. They would beat him, bruise him every day. As Ainz was wondering, why did the mythical cosmos send me to the world like this? Why did he send me to the alternate version? This alternate version. I know, dang, I know Naruto was neglected, but he wasn't physically abused. They didn't use pitchforks on him or even try to burn me or kill me. They just called him a demon in the original canon. So I don't know why they're trying to kill me. But one day, while Naruto was living in luxuries, Menma and Mito were living in royalty as they were learning techniques as they were being trained by the legendary Sannin, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and they were being trained by Minato and Kushina, which were Kage, which their skill sets were Kage-like. As one day, they beat Naruto to a bloody pulp as he almost died. As Ainz was enraged, and how dare they do this to him? As he was so enraged that he unlocked his magical power. As when he unlocked his magical power, he killed half of the shinobi force. He killed half of the shinobis that were trying to torment him, and these were even some Uchihas. As he killed half of them, and told the rest, "Tell Hokage this. Tell this to the Hokage, and I will have your head, and I will kill you in front of all of your families and children, as I will feed your children to the wolves." As Naruto said, as he was in an angry tone, as Naruto was not in the mood. It was so bad as if something even ticked him off once, he would go on a rampage. As Naruto returned home, as he started making out his plan, he planned on October 10th that he would leave the Hidden Leaf Village. His time skip, October 10th, it was Menma and Mito's birthday. As they were celebrating the birthday, but they all forgot about Naruto. As when they were celebrating, Naruto snuck out of the village. He was sneaking out of the village, was about to leave. Then a certain person said, "Where are you going?" And this was Itachi Uchiha. He noticed how Naruto was acting a bit strange because he was the only one who really noticed Naruto. Him and Shisui, they were behind him. As they were asking where was he going, as Naruto said, "I'm going to abandon this village. What's the point of me being here? I'm already been neglected, beaten, and I've been disowned by my own family. I've been disowned by my own clan." Then Itachi and Shisui remembered how Minato and Kushina gave the heir of the Uzumaki Namikaze clan to Menma and Mito. Even though Naruto's the eldest children in the Konoha laws, if the clan heir is removed from the clan's heir title, he is banished. He is no longer the clan heir, and he's banished from the clan. As their eyes widen, but before they can do anything, Naruto stopped time. He used one of his spells to stop time, and he used one. Man, I'm not gonna repeat it. He used the spells to stop time, and ran out the village as far as he can. So when he starts time again, they're not close enough to look for him. As Naruto was far enough away from the village, as he was really far away from the village now. It was like he was in forest areas now in the land of fire as he started time again. in Itachi and Shisui's perspective, Naruto teleported. As they're like, could this be the flying Raijin? But Minato never taught him anything. He was probably eavesdropping on Minato. But we have to tell the village. As Itachi and Shisui went back to Minato's house. As Itachi screamed out, "Can I make an announcement?" Can I make an announcement real quick? Minato said. They weren't listening at first until Itachi really screamed. As Minato says, "Sure, you can make your announcement." Then Itachi said, "Naruto Uzumaki has left the Hidden Leaf Village. We saw him leaving after you gave the clan heirs to Minato." As Minato was shocked, as Minato said in his Anbu, Look everywhere in the Hidden Leaf Village. Search for my son Naruto." And Itachi was wondering, why does he now care about Naruto now? I never saw him give this much energy about Naruto. Why does he now care? Anyways, an hour later, as the Anbus tried looking for Naruto, but they didn't find him anywhere, as they reported to the Hokage. Okame-sama, young daimyo. As Minato was in his office, he flew right into his office. As the Anbus went to Minato's office, and they told the report that we looked all throughout the Hidden Leaf Village, even through the Forest of Death itself, and Naruto was not there. He has officially left the village. As Minato thought, maybe I could list him as a missing nin. But then the rules started coming back to Minato. We banished Naruto from the clan, which makes him a normal civilian. He's not a shinobi, and he's underage. He basically was allowed to leave the village legally. Like, no charges against him. He's allowed to leave legally since he's a civilian and not a shinobi. This made Minato's eyes widen. As Minato then told the Anbus to call Jiraiya. As the Anbus went and got Jiraiya. As Minato said to Jiraiya, "Use your spy team to look for Naruto Uzumaki." As Jiraiya nodded without question. Meanwhile with Naruto, as he was running through the forest, as he heard a scream, as there was two dudes, and they were about to rape these 8 girls, as they were all locked up in cages, as these dudes wrapped these girls with whips and bondage, so they can't move, as they were about to rape them. As Naruto heard these screams, as Naruto dashed, he knows the scream, because in his past life, his mother was died due to gangbang, a rape. As Naruto grew hatred. Yes, hatred came out of nowhere. As he ran to where the scene was, as he saw the 2 guys, as he instantly slaughtered them, because it reminds him of his mother getting gangbanged. Raped, because she got raped by 8 dudes, so it reminded him of that. This was Ainz's past life, like when Ainz was a teenager. It reminded him of his mother getting gangbanged, so he just killed the rapists with no mercy. He killed them before they can even rape anybody. As Naruto set the girl, as he opened the chains and set the girls free, as the girls got out the cages and started thanking Naruto, saying, "What is your name?" As Naruto said, "My name's is Ainz. Don't forget it." As the girls went to as Ainz spawned clothes for them, as he just snapped his fingers and clothes were on the girls. The girls didn't question how they do that, as they went back to the villages and basically explained to them that someone saved them from being raped. But this took hours. But yeah, that's what they were going to do. But yeah, as Naruto. And I'm gonna just end it off from here. This will be the end of What If Naruto Was Ainz Part 1. Part 2 will probably be out tomorrow or in a few days.